coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. 33 years of prison stories, man. We out here, we rolling. Y'all see I'm on the road, you know, in a hotel, man, trying to get this work done for y'all, man. Putting these things together, feeding the positive, starving the negative, man. Trying to get this content out there to y'all. Y'all know we had some technical difficulties earlier this month, man, with you know, the Wi-Fi and whatnot, so we had to play some reruns, man, some oldies but goodies. But I appreciate the support, man, for y'all watching them. It's just like TV, man. You can rewatch something, man, and you can learn something different every time you watch it. So shout out to everybody who watched them, man. You know, this thing ain't perfect, man. You know, sometimes you had little problems, little hiccups, right? But we got enough material, man. I don't know how many of y'all out there done really seen all my videos. I got a lot of y'all that say they seen every one of them. To all of y'all who have seen every one of them, big salute to y'all, man. I definitely appreciate it because we got over 1,100 videos, if I'm not mistaken, which amazes me at some time that I've actually made that many videos. When in actuality, I came out here and never even thought about making a video, period. So we try to stay consistent over here, man, you know, and try to keep pushing this positive energy out there. Like I say, man, this is a movement, not a moment. So I definitely appreciate everybody who rocking with TBP Nation. Big love to the Morning Mud and everybody over there that be rocking with us in the morning. I know we got a lot of them over here still. You know, it ain't came over there, ain't converted over there to the Instagram, man. But it's just, you know, it's just for the morning times, man, so we can have some fun and start the day off with positive energy. So salute to everybody who rock with me over there. You know, when I'm out here like this, man, I'm out here in hot Houston, man. But I'm doing a lot of things, and it's my cousin's birthday today, man. So shout out to him, man. Big love, cuz. But, you know, so my mind is got a lot of things I got to do, so my mind is clogged up. But I was thinking about my main man. I don't think I ever really told a full story about my main man, so I wanted to speak about him a little bit. I spoke about his name a couple of times in my videos, man, but bar none, man, one of the best dudes I met doing this 33 years of incarceration, man. My main man, Mr. Van Burden, man. Van Burden. And it's ironic because you meet people in prison, man, that you have lifetime bonds with, man. Van is one of them, man. If I ever had somebody in there that was like a mentor to me, I had a couple, man. My older homeboy, Boo, but Van would be more like a mentor, man, / father figure, because he was older. He was that much older than me. You know, like right now, I think Van is like my mom's age, man, like 75 or something like that. And Van did 33 years, man, just like I did, man. He got out before me, but he did 33 years. And he did 33 years for a crime that he definitely did not commit. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is amazing for somebody to be able to endure that long, man. And, you know, for something that you didn't do, it was hard enough for me. You know what I'm saying, with the involvement that I had in my case and, man, my guilt, you know what I'm saying, which I admit to. But for not to have done what they said you did and have you in there for 33 years, that's amazing, man. That's a testament to his fortitude and his will to live. You know, so shout out to Van for that, man. But when I first met Van, man, Van was, you know, he was a hustler, man. He was doing this thing, you know, making money, you know what I'm saying. He made that wine. You know, he used to gamble, run poker games, you know, little dice games, whatever the hustle was, you know, he was with it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time that I first met him, Van liked to get high. You know what I'm saying? He was getting high, you know, which, you know, I don't blame him. You know, you know, I don't condone it, but I don't blame him. That's just me. I don't get high, but I don't blame him, man. You know, you in a situation, man, you in this violent environment, you done been in here for all these years for something you didn't do, man. You look for a way to, you know, to escape that reality that you in, that you know that you don't supposed to be in. So, I don't know if he was getting high before he went to prison. I never asked him that. But he was the type of dude, man, he always had his money to get high, though. He won't never do that had to, beg, borrow, steal, or do nothing like that, because he was a hustler. You know what I'm saying? He was a flat-foot hustler. He gonna hustle and get what he need to do what he want to do. And he had a partner, man. What his name was? He used to get money too. He used to get money like I don't know what. So they was more or less, they hustled together and made sure that they always had money, man. And to when them drugs came on there, they was good. So the way I met Van was, when I first came in the block, I was still, young, so I'm with that old, that larceny, man, that flammery. I'm gambling every day, you know what I'm saying, because I had already caught the gambling bug. So I'm gambling every day, trying to make a hustle. Plus, it was exciting, and it was, you get your adrenaline flow, and you killing the day, man, you know what I'm saying. So that's where I was most of the time, at somebody poker table, at somebody dice game. And when I ended up in the block with Van, it usually gonna be his dice game or his poker game, because that's what he did, And to this day, man, I don't ever know if Van knew some card tricks or whatever, man, because Van used to win all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? But I never could, really catch him doing nothing. But at the same time, like I say, far as larceny go, man, when you in prison, man, you can run it. Man, almost everybody you run into got some type of larceny, some type of game or flim-flam going on. I ain't never had no problems like that with Van, man. Van ain't never really been accused of doing nothing unethical. He ain't never really been accused. I ain't even never really heard nobody accuse him of doing nothing that was wrong or, anything like that. He moved by principles. And maybe that's because he came in prison, way before I did, man. And that's how they was moving in prison at first. Prison get watered down, man, decade after decade after decade, with more and more younger people coming in and more old timers is going out, phasing them out. The whole, atmosphere changed, because you got a whole new demographic in there now, and they move different. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got the principles and the morals of the dudes that came before them. They ain't got the principles and the morals of the dudes who made the luxuries of the prison that you can have what it is now. They fought for that. They stood up for that. A lot of dudes got, gazillion years behind that. A lot of dudes, ended up, getting killed over that. A lot of dudes got abused and beat by the police over fighting for what they wanted in prison. And then you had these young dudes come in, man, they give it all back to them by acting all foolish and acting all scary and everything, man. But there's a lot of dudes in this Virginia penal system, man, that sacrifice for the prison to be the way that it was when I came in, for the convicts that had the respect that they had when I came in. A lot of dudes before me had already fought for that. Van was in that era, and those dudes moved by principle, man. So, Van had a different set of rules, man, that he operated by. He ain't never deviate from that, as long as I knew him, you know what I'm saying? And I can remember being around him for a good minute, man. And we ended up with a good rapport, man. We used to talk all the time, chop it up all the time. Sometimes sit back and drink some wine. He'd tell me about older times in the penitentiary and whatnot, especially like times in the wall. He knew everybody. A lot of these dudes, these old timers that I named, Van knew them all, He knew Sam Pitts and Bo Billy and Shorty Pimp and Wink Wink, and he knew them all, Riverboat and Rat Face, and Van came up through them, the Towns brothers, Hercules, all of them. He knew them all, you know what I'm saying? And he got along with everybody because he had that type of personality. Now, Van was a meek dude. He was real meek, man. He ain't gonna raise his voice. He ain't gonna do no whole lot of arguing. He was that type of dude. He was a low-key, mellow type dude. You know what I'm saying? But I knew, in order to survive in this system, you got to have something in you. And Van had it in him. But it took a whole lot to bring it out of him. You know what I'm saying? You had to really be doing some foul stuff to bring it out of him. You had to really be like a foul dude to come at Van foul, because that's just how much principles that he operated by. You know what I'm saying? Even if you owe him money, man, he won't really pressing you. He gonna ask for his money, and he gonna demand his money. But at the same time, he not gonna be pressing you and doing all of that extra stuff. Like, man, you better have my money. I'm gonna do. He ain't gonna make no threats. He ain't gonna do none of that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do nothing. He just was a mellow type dude, man. You know, so yeah, so I got along with him well, and he was an intellectual. He could think, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you run into dudes like that, you know, he could think, man. And he gave me a lot of game over the years and decades, man. A lot of game, man. I remember I told y'all that I was getting ready to put some work in on the dude, man, and he was a homeboy at that, man. I was getting ready to give him that work, man, for running his mouth. And Van peeped that, and he pulled me to the side, and he told me a lesson that stayed with me for the rest of my life. You remember when I told y'all before when he said that, you know, he said, man, he said, sometime, man, you gotta let a fool be a fool, and you gotta let a fool deal with a fool, and you sit back and watch. He said, you ain't gotta get him, somebody gonna get him. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gotta be you. You know what I'm saying? Just sit back and watch. Sometimes you gotta let something get by you, man. If it's not, you know, imminent where you feel like you gotta do something right now, sometimes you just sit back. You know what I'm saying? And I remember doing that and taking his advice, and that same dude ended up getting tore off, you know what I'm saying, a little while later. And somebody had to pay for that. Because like I say, for every action, there's a reaction. So somebody had to pay for that. That dude got laid just as well as what he did to him. He got laid himself, you know what I'm saying, ended up getting some more time, had to go through the whole gamut, going to the whole, getting transferred, laid back there for God knows how long, all of this stuff, extra time, going back and forth to court. That could have been me. You understand? By moving without thinking. You know what I'm saying? So he gave me that game, man. He gave me those lessons, man. Those life lessons, man, that went with me throughout my whole bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was appreciative of him for that, man. Taking the time to sit back and dropping knowledge on me when he could, man. You know, so, yeah, he was a good dude, man. We used to walk the yard and talk and everything, man. I got a lot of good old stories and memory about Van, man. I remember one time, man, we was walking around the yard. I think I mentioned this in a video. And, man, them dudes was out there playing softball. And I told you, I don't really get with the softball thing. I don't really know, you know, softball and baseball, it ain't my thing. But, man, they was out there, they was playing, man, and it was like a weekend in the morning time wreck. And, man, they was throwing that ball hard as I don't know what, man. I mean, zinging it. You had some dudes out there, some youngins, they was slinging it. So, Van said, and the dude was hollering about, man, telling dudes they couldn't catch his speedball because he was throwing it so fast. So dudes out there was trying to catch it and couldn't catch it. So here come old Van talking about, man, I can catch that stuff, man. I used to play baseball, man. I can catch. I said, man, you can't catch that, man. He said, yeah, I can. So he started walking over there. I thought he was playing. I thought he was joking. So he went over there and he told dude give him the glove, and he was telling the dude to throw it to him. He gonna catch it. He getting down in like a catcher's position. So dude like, man, you serious? He was like, yeah, I'm serious. I said, man, you serious, man? He said, yeah, man, throw it, man. I can catch it, man. I'll tell you, I play baseball. So Van actually squatted down, man, and got in the position for dude to throw that softball, man. And dude asked him one more time, man. He said, you serious, man? I said, yeah. Man, that dude let that jump go, man. That jump seemed like it was going with the speed of light, man. And Van got the glove right here to catch it, and that jump coming, and that jump hit the tip of the corner of the glove and go right past that jump and hit Van right in the face. Bow! Right in the eye. I was like, oh, man. So everybody around, even the dude who threw it, we was like, man, you all right, you all right? So we get up and go over there. So Van dropped the glove down and stand up. He was like, no, I ain't all right. You know what I'm saying? It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I was like, man, I thought you said you can catch that jump, Van. He said, yeah, I thought I can catch it too. You know what I'm saying? He just calm. He had the same demeanor all the time. He was like, I thought I could too, man. Immediately, man, we started walking away, man, immediately before we could even get about 10, 20 steps, man. His hands started getting like this, man. I got bigger and bigger, man. That man had the eye the size of a baseball, man. Swole his eye out, man. And like I say, back then, Van then was like in his 40s, maybe late 40s, early 50s or something. And, man, he had his eyes setting up like a baseball, man, out there trying to catch that joint, man. That was crazy. I'd never forget that day, man. I said, man, God, man, I didn't think you was going to do that, man. He said, yeah, well, I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? He just had that cool, calm type demeanor, man, where he never got too high, he never got too low. So I can remember I ended up, you know me, like I said, I was in that flamming, man. I ended up getting in fighting or something, man. I went to the hole, and when I got out the hole, they put me on the other side. So I was on the other side, man, for maybe like a year or two, and got another fight, and ended up coming back on this side. So when I came back on this side, man, I could remember coming back, man, and had switched up and everything, man. He won't even get high no more. He never smoked cigarettes, but he won't get high or nothing no more. And I can remember, I was like, man, Van, he stopped drinking. He won't drinking no wine. He won't making no wine. Only thing he had going on then was his flat foot hustling, the gambling, running the poker games and stuff. But he said he had stopped drinking, man, and he had stopped, getting high, man. I said, you serious? He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was dead serious because I remember some drugs touched my hand and being the, he was like my OGs. I give it to him instead of sell it to him. And I tried to get it. He was like, he ain't want it. He said, I take it to make some money, but I ain't, I don't get high no more, man. So I respected that he had enough discipline to stop doing what he was doing. That means that the drugs didn't have control of him. He had control of the drugs. So that was another lesson. Now, like I say, these life lessons you learning as you doing time, because I'm young and I'm doing time around a dude that did way more time than me already. And I'm watching the way he move and the way he act and the way he conduct himself. And these is lessons that you learn and not even realizing that you learned it, but I'm processing all of this stuff. But he had the discipline just to stop that, just like that, man. And that was something at the time that he said he had been doing for decades. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy, man. So, like I said, just being around him, man, I was learning a lot, man. Not even really acknowledging that I was learning a lot at the time. Yeah, but I was, though, you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, I'm picking up game, man. I was always a sponge, man, when I was around a person that knew more than me and it was older than me and had been through something that I had, not yet been through, man. I always paid attention, you know what I'm saying, which is key. You know what I'm saying? That's key to your survival in life, not just in prison. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, there's a lot of little things like that I remember with. And I remember him having money disputes and altercations with dudes, you know what I'm saying, and him just standing firm on that he had to get paid. He had to get his money and he won't raising his voice, he won't making no threats, he won't making no nothing. But I believe the way he talked, the way he acted, and the way he carried himself and what his reputation was, dudes already knew what he was saying without him actually saying it. You know what I'm saying? Dudes knew, and then, the common thinking was that if you got a problem with Van, man, 100% of the time you causing the problem. You know what I'm saying? And dudes was gonna look at it like that, man. What he beefing with Van? What dudes gonna look at it like that because they know Van don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? They know Van ain't lying and he ain't stealing and he ain't running no game. So if you got a problem with Van 9 times out of 10, man, then you done created the problem. So then you create more problems because now dudes is looking at you like you actually the problem, like you actually in the way. You know what I'm saying? And I had took such a liking to Van by that time, man, had so much respect for him, man. And when you in the penitentiary, like I told you, one thing you don't want to do is get old. Because when you start getting old, man, dudes want to start carrying you. They want to start trying you even more because, like I say, prison ain't nothing but advantage taking place, man. It's dog eat dog. You know what I'm saying? The strong dominate the weak. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, in life, in turn, the strong will dominate the weak, but the smart will dominate all. So it's the intelligent man that wins. You know what I'm saying? It's the intelligent man. It's the thinking man that wins. You know what I'm saying? So, Van, man, like I said, he gave me a lot of good game, man. He gave me a lot of good game, and I soaked it all up, man. So I definitely was appreciative to him of that. And even when I ended up getting out of prison, man, the very first person that I saw that was non-family member was Van. You know what I'm saying? The very first person that I saw, a non-family member, was Van, man. He pulled up on me just like that, man. So, and he stayed in contact with me when I was in prison. I used to call him. He used to answer the phone, talk to him, see what was going on, telling me little things out here. He was, getting back acclimated with life on the outside, man. And he doing well, man. He doing real good, man. And he holding up strong, man, real strong to be 70-something plus. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, and only one time, man, like I told you, man, when I seen Van snap out, man, only once that I can remember when I was around him, when they had the little young dude joking and playing with him one day on the baseball field. We was out there watching the softball game, and the dudes be having the little softball games, and they be playing out there. And this one in particular dude, little young, and he always, how you get them dudes that want to laugh and joke, and then when people laugh louder, that encourages them more, so they joke more and they try to get a bigger laugh and stuff. Prison ain't the place for that. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember the dude who got the joking Van, and a couple of dudes chuckled and laughed, and he kept on doing it. And I was with Van, so I could see him getting irritated and mad, but he was playing it off, like smiling, like, yeah, hi, okay, yeah, you still got jokes. You know, and I was getting mad at because he was a younger dude, so more or less that was my, you know what I'm saying, I was ready to bust him up. You know what I'm saying? But Van was like, man, don't say nothing to him. Don't say nothing. Because one time I told him, I said, man, stop joking, man. This ain't no place to be joking, man. He steady joking, man. So don't say nothing to him. Leave him alone. Let him go ahead. Let him go ahead. And, man, I can remember, man, a little while later, we get up to go leave. So we walking around the bleachers. They got the bleachers right there. So we walking around the bleachers. Now, he's sitting on the top bleacher. But when we walk around to go out the gate, to go outside, to go in the building, we got to walk behind the bleachers. So all that joking and stuff he was doing and thought it was all fun and games, man. And I didn't even know. As soon as we got behind them, instead of going out the gate, Van walked up behind me and reached up, man, and grabbed him around the neck and snatched him off of that bench and had him in the chokehold and was choking him and was like, yeah, it's funny now. Is it funny now? And, man, the young dude couldn't even get out, man. I'm talking about he literally was choking to death, man. He was looking crazy as on the wood, and it shocked him. It shocked him, and he didn't know what to do, and he started foaming at the mouth, and you could see his eyes getting bigger and everything. And I was like, man, let him go, Van, let him go. And dudes was like, man, let him go, because his body was giving go limp, and he was flopping, and Van was just, it's funny? Is it funny? And I had never seen that out of him. You know what I'm saying? I'd never seen it out of him. And when Van let him go, man, and we could get him off, but he was just down there. He was flopping, man. He was choking. His eyes, man, had got big, man. He had foam at his mouth and everything. And he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. He was shocked. You know what I'm saying? Van could have killed him in a fit of rage, but a calm rage. You know what I'm saying? He didn't yell, scream, cuss, nothing. Just snatched him. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, he was an older dude then. This dude was probably in his 20s-something. You know what I'm saying? But this is what goes on in the penitentiary, man. But in decades I was around Van, I never seen him like that. And I seen him in big, not like altercations, but big money disputes where dudes owe a lot of money and acting like they ain't gonna pay, and this going on, and they, you know what I'm saying, like Van standing on all 10s like, I gotta have it, man, you lost, man, you gotta pay. And man, and he acting like a killer and a gangster or whatever, like they ain't gonna, I seen him in those type of things, and it always worked out in his favor without violence. You know what I'm saying? Without violence, which is rare. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a respect thing. And so many people respected Van did. If you know, like I said, if you end up in an altercation like that with him and something go on, then dude's gonna take his side. You know what I'm saying? So then you gonna be the one that's looked at funny, man. You know what I'm saying? And more likely, you know, somebody that mess with Van gonna end up, you know, putting hands on you or putting that Bethlehem in you before he do, just out of respect that they have for them and knowing that you a license how to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but I had never seen him get physical until he grabbed dude up off of that bench and started choking him, man. And yeah, that was crazy. I think that kind of like shocked everybody, but it also sent a subliminal message to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, meek don't mean weak. You understand me? Meek don't mean weak, man. You can't survive for decades in prison, man, and you know, be a dude that won't produce violence if you have to. You can't survive for decades in prison, man, without having a bunch of Bethlehem holes in you, or, you know, buck naked teeth, or, you know, one eye or something like that. And not, you know, you look at an older dude that survived that long in prison, man, especially, you know what I'm saying, coming through them 70s and 80s and stuff like that, man, you got to respect them in one way or another. Because they survived, and it was deadly in there, man. I'm talking about dudes was dying, man. Dudes was getting killed. Dudes was dying up in them prisons, man, in Virginia. In that wall and in that Powhatan and that slaughterhouse, dudes was dying, man. So, you know what I'm saying, if he was walking upright and he had respect on his name, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how old a person was, you had to understand that they had survival skills. And a lot of young people can't see that. They'll just see an old face, they'll just see gray hair, and they'll think that this dude is a walkover or a pushover. But that misjudgment right there can cost you your life in prison. And almost cost Young in his life, because I think Van, man, had that look in his eye like he just was in another space. And, you know what I'm saying? And he just had got fed up, and he couldn't tolerate what dude was doing no more. It just got to him, and he snapped. You know what I'm saying? He just snapped and just saw the opportunity and grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, we talked about that, you know what I'm saying, when I got out, and he was saying that too, man. Was like, man, I ain't know what I was doing. I just, I saw it, I just grabbed him. I just wanted to choke him to death. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, but overall good dude, man. You can hardly ever say that about a lot of dudes you meet in prison, man. They just did not have no larceny with them, man. If they dealt with you, they was gonna deal with you on principles. They won't go try to beat you. They won't go try to cheat you. They won't go try to take nothing that didn't belong to them. And they always was gonna pay their bills, and their word was always gold. If they said it, they was gonna do it. And Van Burden was one of them dudes, man. That's why I always respected him. I always looked up to him, man. And man, he's like family to me. You know what I'm saying? He like family to me, even out here on the street. I done, went to my first ever baseball game with Van. Only baseball game I ever went to. Went to a baseball game with Van since I've been out here. Him and his grandkids and stuff, man. And sit in there, didn't watch the game, but just chopped it up with him just because of the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But he doing good out here, man. At 75 years old plus, man. And he deserved it, man. He deserved it for doing 33 years for something that he did not do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, to me, that is amazing, you know what I'm saying, because I know what it's like to do 33 years. So for him to do that and to be able to get out here, man, and recapture his life back that never should have been taken from him in the first place is amazing, man, you know what I'm saying. So hopefully, man, he stay blessed, man, for many, many, many years and decades to come, man, just because he deserves it. But, anyway, man, I know this is not the type of videos that y'all used to, man, but I just wanted to let y'all know that, man, that, like I say, man, you have those type of people in prison too, man, that have survived, you know what I'm saying, and have survived in different ways. There's a million ways to die in prison, man, but only a very few ways to survive. You know what I'm saying? And he found a way to survive. It worked for him by just dealing on straight principles and standing on all 10 toes, man. And he did it as an innocent man. So, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with y'all, man. I'm on the road. I'm trying to keep this content coming to y'all. Y'all give me a minute. I got to get back, to the hometown, man, and go ahead and put together some more of these things for y'all. Yeah, so in the meantime, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. Man, y'all talk to me in the comments, man. I talk back. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love, man. TBP Nation, man, we out here. Even though right now we out here in this hot Houston, but we out here, man. The content will not stop, can't stop, won't stop, man. This is a marathon, not a sprint, man. So let's go, man. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man, and y'all duck. Boom. Them hooks, man. They out there, man, and duck that heat. Bam. We out here.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.